Hello, Francisco. Welcome to the class.
Thank you, teacher.
How are you today?
Well, teacher, let me tell you that I feel a little bit sick today.
Oh, I'm really
Uh,
sorry. What do you have?
I went to the doctor this morning, and I have a sore throat, but well, I don't feel good right now. I, I was I was thinking to not take the classes tonight,
Oh,
uh, but I think that I can.
okay. That's something nice, Francisco. Thank you for letting me know. Also, I hope you get better soon. And well,
Thank you, teacher.
are you taking medicine?
Yes, I'm taking. Uh, I don't remember the names, but yes, right now I take acetaminophen, 1,000 milligrams, and 1 hour after, I'm gonna take another 2 pills. In my neighborhood, a lot of people is getting sick
Oh,
nowadays.
I imagine. Actually, yes, I don't remember if it was yesterday or on Saturday, but my mom told me that a lot of people is getting sick, and indeed, my brother got sick. He got sick on Saturday, I guess, or on Friday.
Uh-huh.
So yes, a lot of
My
people is
m-
getting sick.
Yeah, my mom has, I think, 1 month since she started to feeling sick, and my sister as well. Well, many people around my house
Okay,
are sick right now.
okay. So I'm really sorry, but well, try to take care of yourself. In this case, try to take your medicine, and I hope you feel better soon. Okay,
Thank you, teacher.
you're welcome. And what about you, LA? How are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine.
Okay, that's excellent. Welcome to the class. How was your working
I am.
day?
It's a good day. I think so. It's for me, it's good day because it's productivity day.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you for sharing about it a little bit about it. I hope that all of you are ready for the class. I don't know what happened to the rest of your classmates, but I hope they connect in a moment. Guys, it's a pleasure to see you one more week. Let me tell you that this is the last week of classes that we have, okay, in this level, of course. As you know, uh, well, this is the last week of classes in this level. Then everybody, you are going to start a new level. I don't know if it will be in 1 or 2 weeks. And remember, if you want to change your schedule, try to complete or to um, write that on the survey that you answer. And well, we hope you have a different schedule. Okay, if it works, if a different schedule works for you, great. But if you feel this schedule is good for you, so continue with this one, right? And well, we are going to start everybody with our activities for today. And well, I hope all of us can participate and practice as much as possible. Right now, everybody, let's practice the following question. Tell me, what do you enjoy doing when traveling? Okay, as you can see, there are different pictures of different activities that you can do when you travel, but I want to know about your activities. What do you like to do? Okay, Francisco, I want to start with you. Tell me, what do you enjoy doing when you travel?
Well, teacher, in my case, I like uh, to listen music. I listen to music when I travel. I am a huge fan to listen music. all times.
Okay, that's something excellent. And well, this is a great activity. But when you go to another place, do you do any other activity apart from listening to music?
Um, well, from the other picture of the screen, I just doing the swimming because I don't like to take too much photos or text in the cell phones or cycling. I just or listen to music or swimming or well, I think that that is the most important activity that I do every time when I traveling.
Okay, that's something nice. Thank you for sharing about it. Okay, well done. What about you, Ele? Can you tell me what do you enjoy doing when you travel?
Well, I have different depending the travel, but for me travel for by San Salvador is normally they listen to music or sleep in the bus. But the travel for tourists, I like take a photo, selfies, but
Okay.
is pero for me is I like the good photos because I
Okay.
I have a hobby for photo for take a photos.
Okay, that's something really good. So when you travel, for example, when you travel for work, I mean, you sleep on the bus. Okay, that's a great activity. But you are a big fan of taking pictures. That's nice. Do you well, what do you prefer, Ellie? Taking a selfie or taking a picture of the landscape?
Yeah, depending because is the depending the object for the visit the place. Uh, for example, I different place only I like is to take a selfie or me and take a land. They use the how do you say tripod?
Tripod.
Tripod.
I don't remember. Let me look for that word.
Quiero ver.
Okay.
Tripod. Okay, they take the
Yeah,
tripod.
tripod. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they use the tripod for selfies in the land. For me, is for is my experience, but uh, I prefer land.
Okay, you
It's a
prefer
good land.
to take pictures of the landscape.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something really good. Thank you for sharing about it, Ele, about the activities you like to do. Well, today we have two girls. So hello, Griselda. Hello, Doris. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Good
I'm
evening.
fine.
Okay, that's nice. Doris, thank you for coming to the class. Today we are practicing the following question. Can you tell me about you? What do you enjoy doing when traveling?
I think that when I'm traveling, I enjoy to talk with the people that I'm travel and also uh, the place, the food. Um, I think that that's all.
Well, but those are great activities, okay? Thank you. You mentioned something important, and is that you like to talk with the people you travel with, and that's something good. Do you travel with other people all the time, or do you travel alone?
But we are talking about traveling for fun or for work, teacher.
For fun.
For
Yeah,
fun.
because
Mm,
if you see the pictures, so most of these activities are based on or are entertaining activities, right? So at least
Yes.
I don't imagine myself taking pictures when I go to work.
Ah,
But
no, no.
yeah, that's right. So yeah, when you travel, but for fun.
I almost all the time I travel with my family or with some friends. But I think that I have never been traveling by myself in well, I don't know how to say, but I I read or I saw some uh travel viajeros. How can I say viajeros, teacher? Travelers.
Travelers, yeah, travelers.
Travelers that they travel by themselves, like in a, I don't know how to say excursion,
On a trip.
excursion in a trip.
Yeah,
Yes, but
excursion, it's possible, but trip is more common.
okay. But they go alone, and in that play, in that trip, they meet a lot of people too. But I have never doing that. I just travel with my family and friends.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. Well, traveling alone and meeting a lot of people on the way. So it sounds interesting, but in some cases it's because if you have never tried it, it can be kind of difficult, kind of scary. But maybe it would be a great experience, right?
Yes, I think that.
Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing, Doris. Now,
Thank you.
Griselda, how are you today? Hello, Griselda.
Hello, can you
How
hear
are?
me?
Yes, I can hear you very well. How are you
Uh,
today?
very good.
Okay,
I'm very busy um, in the work, um, but now I'm fine.
okay, that's something good to know. Okay, thank you for sharing. Well, Griselda, today, well, as you can see, our question it's about our activities when we travel. So tell me, what do you enjoy doing when you travel?
Um, I enjoy um, I enjoy take a picture, and I enjoy going to walk in the around the place, and I love take tours, um, because I I like uh, um, make uh, a lot of activities. For example, in the beach, um, uh, I love ride a horse, and in the lake, I take a tours in
In a boat.
in a boat, in a jet ski, in the kayak, and adventure, aquatic.
Okay, that's something nice. Thank you for sharing about the different activities that you do. Well, as I can see, guys, all of you do different activities and a lot of activities. Maybe the most common activity is to listen to music, in some cases to take pictures. If you like to take picture of yourself, well, to take selfies or to take pictures with your family, friends, or alone, or to the landscape. So these are great activities, guys. As you know, when we travel, there are different, well, in some places, there are different rules that we have to take into account. And also, guys, there are some important things we have to remember. And that's our class for today, everybody. Today, we will continue talking about modal verbs. As you can see, we will talk about three specific, or we will talk about modal verbs about three specific uses: permission, obligation, and prohibition. To start, everybody, I want to listen to L. L, please help me reading about permission modal verbs. What are those modals?
Okay, permission, authorization can be allowed to.
Excellent. As you can see, guys, one short definition or synonym of permission is authorization. Anytime we have the authorization to do something, you know that also you have the permission. And the modals can and be allowed to. Then we have the obligation modals. We already talked about this, but let's see. Doris, what are the obligation modals?
The obligation modal verbs are something you must do. For example, we are going to use have to and have got to.
Okay, nice job. A definition, guys, again, one definition of this is something you must do. As you know, obligation means do it or do it. No more options, guys. You only have the option to do things. Just in this case, we are going to use have to and have got to. Then, guys, we have the last kind of modals, and it's about prohibition. Please, Griselda, help me with prohibition modals.
Okay, prohibition modals. Restriction. Can't, be not allowed to.
Nice job. Okay. As you can see, we are using the same models that we use in permission, but the difference is that we use them in negative form. Okay. So in this opportunity, everybody, we will start with a short explanation and some examples about these modals. Okay. First of all, guys, remember the modal verbs for permission. Okay. Please, guys, pay attention to the two structures of these modals. Francisco, help me out with this part, permission.
Okay, for permission, we have to use the can plus verb in, I don't remember BF.
Oh, base form, base form.
And base form, okay, we have to use can plus verb in base form, and the sample will be, we can eat and drink something at the cinema. And next, be allowed to plus verb in base form. You are allowed to take picture in some museums.
Very good. As you remember, a definition or a synonym of permission is authorization. In this case, guys, we are talking about the authorizations we have to do different actions in, of course, different places. As you remember, the first activity was about traveling. It was about activities we do when we travel. With these examples, guys, you can see that in some cases, we have to follow some restrictions, we have to follow some rules, and we have some authorizations. For example, when you go to the cinema, guys, to watch a movie, you know that you can eat and drink on the room, on the movie room. So then everybody, you can buy popcorn, you can buy soda, nachos, or something like that. And everybody, you have the permission to do it. In what's the case you don't have permission to do it, guys? In this case, you have the restriction. Well, for example, guys, when you buy food in a different restaurant and you want to eat that food at the cinema, some people does it, guys. Some people do it, but it's not allowed, okay? That's not allowed. As you can see, we can use can and be allowed to, and they have the same meaning, okay? So they don't have a big difference. What is the main difference, everybody? The main difference is the structure. As you know, when we use can is a modal verb. Be allowed to is not a modal, but it's an expression that helps us to talk about permission. In this case, everybody, as you see, we have to we have to use the correct form of the verb be, depending on the tense we are talking or we are using. For example, in this case, we are talking about something that it's in simple present. You are allowed to take pictures in some museums. If you go to a museum, in some cases, you can take pictures in some cases, but in some other places, it's not allowed to do it, okay? You don't have the permission. In some places, yeah, you have the permission, but the restriction it's generally the restriction that you have is that you can take pictures. You can't take pictures with flash, but it's allowed to take pictures, okay? As you can see, the main difference is the use of, well, the structure and also the use of the verbs in base form. This is something that they have in common. Now, we will continue, everybody, with the next modals and are the obligation modals. We already talked about this, guys, so it will be short. Please, Griselda, can you help me with these modals?
Okay. Modal verbs obligation. The structure have to plus verb in base form. Example, they have to speak quickly in the library. The structure have got to plus verb in base form. I have got to wear a swimsuit in a water park.
Nice job. Thank you, Griselda. Well, something, guys, that we have to remember is have to and have got to are the same. They have the same meaning, everybody. We can use them in the same way. What is the main difference between have to and have got to? First of all, guys, have got to can't be in past. We never use have got to in past because it doesn't have a past form. If we are talking about have to, everybody, in past, we can say had to, okay? Have to, everybody, well, indeed, it has a past form. Have, had, okay? Or didn't have if it is in negative, right? As you can see, when talking about obligation, it's common to use have to. Actually, have to, it's really common. Have got to, it's also common, but in this case, it's more informal, right? But it's good to know. They have to speak quietly in the library, so they know that they have to speak in a low tone of voice. Okay, that's one example. That's one example of obligations that we have. There is no option, right? When talking about obligation, remember, there is no option. We have to speak quietly or we have to speak quietly, no more. And then everybody, we have the same example. I have got to wear a swimsuit in a water park. In some places, you can see the rules, everybody, and they specifically mention that you need a swimsuit to be to get into the swimming pools. In some cases, there are some parks, everybody, in which if you are a boy, they ask you to get into the swimming pools without shirts, okay? So in that case, everybody, you have to follow the rules because, well, you have to accept or to do it because that's an obligation. It's a rule that they have, okay? Remember, have got to and have to obligation modals. And the last part, everybody, it's about the prohibition modals. In this case, everybody, remember, these are the same modals that we use to talk about permission, but in negative form. Okay, please help me with these examples, Doris. Can't and be not allowed to.
Okay, teacher. Modal verbs, prohibition. Prohibition. We are going to use can plus verb in base form. For example, you can smoke in many public places. And also we can use be not allowed to plus verb in base form. For example, we are not allowed to take our pet to the mall.
Nice. Okay, again, everybody, as you see in these structures, we are talking about prohibition, things that we don't have permission to do, or things that in which we have restrictions, okay? For example, you can't smoke in many public places. If you want to smoke, there are some specific places you can go to do it, but if you are, for example, in a mall, it's not allowed to do it. If you are in a gas station, well, this is mostly because of security, but you don't have to, you don't have, or you can't smoke in a gas station, or there are specific places to do it. In some parks, you cannot do it because you have to respect other people's space. So in this case, everybody, as you see, uh, there are restrictions, okay? Restrictions. So remember, that's another form, another a synonym of that word that we can use, everybody, to talk about or to use these modals. Then everybody, as you see, again, we have to use the verb to be in the correct form depending on the tense we are using it. And of course, we have to use it next to not. Okay, we respect the order of the verb to be and not, everybody, in the structure. I am not allowed to, we are not allowed to, she is not allowed to, or if we are using it in past, everybody, we were not allowed to, I was not allowed to. Or if we want to use it, well, actually, this is the main use, guys, in present and past. Of course, we can use it in future, guys, and it's the same thing. We use be, allowed to, be, not allowed to, okay? So we have to respect, everybody, the correct form of these structures. In the second example, guys, we are not allowed to take our pet to the mall. You know, this is a restriction that you have. For example, if you go to Plaza Mundo, you can't take your pet. Or if you go to Metro Centro, you can't take your pet. There are some malls in which you can. You have the permission, you have the authorization to do it. In that case, everybody, the sentence is not negative anymore. In that case, the sentence is an affirmative. You are allowed to take your pet to the mall, okay? As you see, we are using these modals. This is kind of easy, guys, or kind of easier because we already learned about the modals. In this case, as you see, we are talking about the permission modals. Maybe you can think about some permission or some authorizations you have in specific places. Remember that our first activity was about traveling. Maybe if you go to some places, you have the permission to do some things. For example, if you go to a jardín, no. Oh, if you go to La Casa de Cristal, it was La Casa de Cristal. If you go to La Casa de Cristal in Santa Ana, you are allowed to make some bonfires, or you can make fire in with some no restrictions, guys, but you have to follow some instructions to do it. Maybe if you are in again, guys, the example of the cinema, if you go to the cinema, maybe you are not allowed to make phone calls at the cinema. Why? Because you have to respect other people's space, and also because they are paying to watch a movie, not to listen to your phone call. As you can see, guys, when we use these modals, okay, they have a specific use, or they have, everybody, a specific mood. That's why in this moment, everybody, we will practice the use of these modals, right? But first, do you have any question about this? Questions about the models, everybody? No questions?
I think so, no, teacher.
You think no questions?
No, teacher.
No questions, great. Everybody pay attention to it. In this opportunity, we have to practice models of permission, obligation, and prohibition. Those are the ones that we are studying. So guys, choose the correct modal. As you see in this exercise, guys, we have more than one. Okay, we have some models that we didn't study today. For example, we have needn't. We didn't study needn't, but we studied that model last week. Also, guys, we have mustn't or must, and we studied those models last week, okay? Right now, everybody, you have to tell me what is the correct form of these sentences, okay? I will give you guys 1 minute to check what is the correct form, okay? You have 1 minute to check what is the correct form of each sentence, and then we will check together. There you go. You have 1 minute. Think about the right option. Okay, very good. Right now, guys, it's time to complete examples about teachers and students. Right now, let's start with Francisco. Francisco, you will help me with example 1 and 2.
Okay.
So tell me.
The number 1, teachers don't have to wear ties. And number 2, students have to study.
Okay, very good. Let's see. Teachers don't have to wear ties and students have to study, of course. Great job. Thank you, Francisco, for your answers. Now, Griselda, help me with example 3 and 4.
Okay. And number 3 is students mustn't copy exam answer from others.
Okay, students mustn't.
Mustn't.
Uh-huh.
4, a student can take extra classes if they like.
Okay, great. Thank you for your answers, Griselda. Now, Ele, 5 and 6.
Okay, a student must show respect to others.
Okay. And example 6.
Okay, a student can yeah no is student need study second for getting language.
Okay, students needn't, so don't need, study a second foreign language, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, okay, very good. Now, let's see. Doris, can you help me with example 7 and 8?
Okay. 7 teachers must drink coffee during class.
Must?
Yes.
Yes, we must.
And teacher, the 8, I don't understand the meaning.
Oh, if there, let's see, there is no sitting chart, so students,
Like, uh, uh, I'm going to tell you in Spanish, but
okay,
como que no están enumerados los asientos
that's
o
right.
no todo, o, ok. Can. There is no seating chart, so students can sit where they like.
Nice job. Okay, thank you. Well, everybody, you complete the first 8 examples. Now let's complete the last 2 examples together. Example 9 says, teachers come to class prepared. So what do you think is the right option? Teachers don't have to or they must?
Must.
They must.
They must, of course. Okay. And then we have example 10. Students have to or can't go barefoot in school. What do you think?
Can't.
Okay. Francisco says can't. What about the others? Can't or have to?
Can't.
Can't. Okay. Can't. Let's check together, everybody. Well, in this case, everybody, we have just one mistake. It was kind of confusing because it looks like drinking coffee during the class is not it's not something bad, but because of this exercise, yes, guys, it's not correct. Okay, so we don't have the permission to do it. Yeah, so the obligation, guys, is not to drink coffee during class. But all of the examples were great, guys. I really like teachers must drink coffee during class, but according to this exercise, it's not correct. So anyway, guys, very good. Just before we move, well, first of all, I want to congratulate all of you because you complete all the sentences, and I know there were some words that they were not easy to understand. For example, the seating chart. Seating chart, everybody, as Doris said, it is kind of the number of each seat. For example, another example could be, guys, like to have on the whiteboard to have the specific place for each person, like a reservation. Any sitting place at school have a reservation. So in that case, everybody, you have the option to sit anywhere you want to do it, right? In the last example, guys, I don't know. Can you tell me what is the meaning of barefoot?
Descalzo.
Yes, okay, so no shoes,
Uh-huh.
right? So don't wear shoes. So students can't go barefoot, okay? It's not correct, okay? It's not possible to go without shoes to school. And then, guys, well, I guess those are the not common words that we have in this exercise. Do you have questions about any other word in the vocabulary? No questions about vocabulary?
No, teacher.
Great. Okay, if you don't have any question, guys, well done. We will continue, guys. Let's move to our next practice. In this moment, give me a second. In this moment, guys, we have to put the sentences in order. Let me share my screen with you. Well, let me share the exercise with you. In this case, everybody, we will only use obligation and prohibition modals. So let's start with this. Okay, this is kind of easy. So tell me, what is the complete sentence? This is for everybody. Font use your, you can't. Yes, Doris?
We are going to
Put,
ordenar.
yeah, you have to put the words in order.
Okay. You can't use your phone.
Very good. You can't use your phone. Okay, so let me put it in order. You can't use your phone. Okay, nice job, guys. It was a great sentence, Doris. Thank you. What about number 2? What do you think, Elle? We have rubbish bin, the must, the you in throw.
Okay, sería.
Teacher, what is the meaning of rubbish bin?
What is the meaning of rubbish?
Rubbish and bin are two different things. Well, they are not too different. For example, guys, rubbish is the garbage. Bin is the place in which you put the garbage, okay?
Okay, during the throw, the rubbish bin the most.
Oh, repeat again the sentence, Elle.
For me, during the throw, the rubbish.
You in the throw.
Yeah.
You in the throw.
Okay. No. During the no. In the most rubbish in the no. In the most rubbish.
Remember the
No,
structure?
I don't have more idea.
Okay, you don't have more ideas. Well, remember that after the subject, we have to use the modal verb. You must. You must. This is the correct sentence. Okay, this is the correct form. You must. What do we use after the modal verb, guys?
Throw.
Very good. We have to use the verb throw, okay? After the modal, we always use the verb. You must throw. What do you throw?
The rubbish.
The rubbish.
The rubbish. Very good. So let's see. The rubbish in. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. So you must throw the rubbish in where?
Bin.
In the bin. Very good. Okay. There are words that are kind of difficult, guys, or the meaning is not very clear. That's why it was kind of difficult, but great job. Now, this is difficult, guys. What is the correct sentence?
Don't take photos.
Let's see, maybe. Don't take photos. Well done. This is correct. It was kind of simple. As you see, in that example, guys, we don't have a modal because it's in imperative form. We will see that tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow we will study imperatives, I guess. So let's continue. Francisco, what is the correct sentence? This you can't river swim in.
Okay. You can't swim in this river.
Okay, you can't swim in this river. Nice job. Okay, this sentence is correct. So thank you, Francisco. Well done. Griselda, what is the next sentence? Sid you a belt have to wear?
You have
Mhm. You have.
where
You have where?
uh, no where you have wear a belt
A belt. Let me see.
to sit.
To sit. Let's see. You have is correct. So what do you think? Or what is missing, everybody?
Sit. You have sit.
Not
No,
really.
where
No. So what is it? What is the modal that we are using, Griselda?
to wear.
Ah, very good. You have to wear. You have to wear a belt seat. No, a belt seat is not correct. So what is the correct form?
A seat belt.
A seat belt. The security belt you wear on the car, everybody, it's a seat belt. It's also known as a seat belt. Well done. Thank you, Griselda. Now, Ele, what is the correct sentence? B2 use silent have. Hello, Ele.
You have to silent. You have, yeah.
You have to silent. You have to silent B?
Yeah. No.
No. So silent B is not correct. What is the correct form?
You have to be silent.
You have to be silent.
Silent.
Nice, okay. This is the same as when we use be quiet. You have to be quiet. Well done. Thank you, Ele. That was great. What about example 7? Francisco, what about this exercise, this sentence? What is the correct sentence?
You have to raise your hand.
You have to raise, let me see, you have to
Your
raise
hand.
your hand. Nice. Okay. That was correct. Okay, well done, Francisco. That was
Thank
fast.
you.
Excellent. Let's continue with you. Doris, help me with this exercise.
Maybe don't shoot in class.
Okay, don't shout in
Don't
class.
shout.
Yeah, shout, scream, okay? So they have the same meaning. Now, example 9, Griselda, what is the correct sentence? Face you mask must wear.
You mask wear face mask.
Okay, let's see. Face mask is the last part, so I will move it. Let's see. You must wear face mask.
Sí. Yes.
No, it's not correct. One word is not in the correct position.
Wear a face mask.
You must wear a face mask. Yes, that's correct. Okay, well done. Excellent. As you see, guys, we are doing an amazing job. We have the last exercise. Write on desk, you can't do. So what do you think is the correct sentence? This is for everyone.
You can write on the desk.
Okay, you can write on the desk. Thank you, Francisco. Okay, Francisco is always really fast. Thanks to everyone, guys, because we did an amazing job. As you see, we have 84 points, and we complete the sentences in the correct form. As I can see, guys, sometimes when we don't know the meaning of the words, it is kind of difficult. But when we understand all the words in the sentence, it's easier for us to create the complete sentence. So guys, I want to invite you to continue practicing. Practice, everybody. Practice the use of the modals, the structure of the modals, and of course, everybody, continue practicing and getting more vocabulary, okay, on your English skills. Right now, before we go, I want to tell you two important things. Well, three important things, guys. First of all, remember that today INSAFORP checked that you finish at least with 75% of the activities on the platform. I know that most of you already finished, so that's something really good, guys. So continue practicing. Remember that this is the last week of classes in this level. It means, everybody, that you have to finish with at least for Thursday or Friday, everybody, you have to finish with all the activities on the platform, okay? 100% of the activities. If you already finish, you will get your certificate. I'm not pretty sure if you will get it on Wednesday or Thursday, if you finish with all the activities. If you haven't, please continue working on the platform, guys, to get your certificate as soon as possible. So please, guys, to complete with all the activities on the platform, try to complete the following activities. This is our homework for today. We have to start, everybody, with Unit 5. It means, everybody, that we will start in activity 5.0. And then, everybody, we have to move to activity, or we have to finish on, at least for tomorrow, we have to finish, guys, on activity 5.3.1. Okay, please take the time to complete these activities, so then we can continue tomorrow with another topic and more activities. Guys, I hope all of you enjoy this class and understand all this topic. We will continue working on it, everybody, tomorrow. So thank you for being here, guys. Take care and see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Have a good night, teacher.
Bye. Good
Good
night.
night,
Good night,
teacher.
everybody.